you give them the answers why the second one, okay, is not acceptable. Why can't we say the data claim based on these lines, okay, that you've chosen from a corpus, because claim here, if you look at claim and also suggest, comparing the usage of these two words, suggest can go with, okay, a person, okay, I can suggest. You can also say the medical evidence, okay, that object to suggest. Whereas for the word claim, you must use the person. Okay, a person can claim. Okay, it's not that object cannot claim. So that's why we cannot say the data claim. So this gives them, okay, an idea, okay, why the second one is inappropriate. Okay, so the last task, a very simple task. We go back to the handout. I'm also familiar with the legal context. Okay, we look at the last. So we can use corpora to enhance our knowledge and raise our awareness of the language used in the disciplinary context. Now look at the word foreseeable. It is used a lot in the legal context, foreseeable. But what I would like you to do is to look at the word before it. Is there anything interesting before the word foreseeable? It is from our legal concordance, a corpus. I mean, in daily English, okay, you will expect to use, okay, ever, ly, reasonably foreseeable, okay, because foreseeable is an adjective, so you use an ever to describe, to modify the adjective, ly. This is your typical knowledge. But interestingly, in the legal context, okay, it's not a daily English context, it's in the legal context, it's possible to have a phrase, reasonable foreseeable. I mean, if you're a general, okay, English teacher, you probably will mark this incorrect, okay, as an incorrect use, okay, of word form, okay. You must use an adverb to modify an adjective. But in a legal context, this is acceptable. Okay? So, yes, they use it a lot. They call it reasonable foreseeable. So, I mean, if you know a little bit about legal English, you know they are really archaic, very old-fashioned. And then the usage of English is quite different from a daily English. So my point here is not really about legal English. My point here is we need to learn English in context. Okay, we need to always refer to the corpus to check, to verify my intuition, and also understand the disciplinary use of language. Okay, as I said, this is really what English across the curriculum is about. It's about the language used in context. So I will highlight these things, okay, for students. I mean, this is also what the legal profession or the law faculty members will highlight to students. This is the way you write your legal lesson, your legal arguments. You say reasonable foreseeable. You can't change this phrase to something, okay, that the layman will say. Okay, I don't know how we can say reasonably foreseeable. You can foresee it in a reasonable way. You can't say that in legal document. You have to phrase it this way, reasonably foreseeable. This is the set phrase in the field. So if you have a corpus, okay, of different disciplines, okay, like this, then you can tell your students this is the way, okay, to say something, okay, in our field, okay, instead of, okay, using in the layman way. Okay, so we learn things in context, okay, it's got law, we've got social work, okay, this is economics. So you can always, okay, make use of these resources. Let me see, a lot of things as well. So, yeah, I've introduced this to you already. So you can just take a look at this yourself. It's not listed on the resources website, but if you go to our website, caes.hku.hk, this is our website. You have to write down this. Oh, this is actually the last part of my email address. Okay. Oh, no, sorry, actually. So, caes.hku.hk. So, under learning resources, so other resources, yeah, you can find, so this is the legal vocabulary context, that is the legal corpus that I mentioned to you. There are other things, plagiarism. I don't know whether plagiarism is a key problem in Taiwanese context. But if you find it a problem, then this is a very, very good website. It's developed by my colleagues. How to avoid it? He came to last month with me, give a talk on this topic, plagiarism, and how to avoid it. It's a very good website. Plagiarism. That definition, actually, you can read this. Well, that may be difficult because in the afternoon we've got something else to talk about. But this is a very easy, simple website, okay, to understand the definitions and all that. Or you can invite my colleagues to come over to give a talk, yes, on this. Yes. He gave a talk to Furen and also Wen Zhao, yes, last month. So if you want him to give a talk on this, let me know. I will talk to him. So yes, I also want to mention the website to you. This is the one that I developed. If you want to talk about this one, I can do it. Professional writing. So maybe I can give this round. Again, it's free access. If your students have to write business letter, learn business English, or they're looking for jobs, this will be a good website. Again, it's free access. We developed this in response to the need, okay, for contributing to the society. Okay, so this is what we call knowledge exchange website. So it's free access. So a lot of examples to how to write a good cover letter, good resume. So the proposal, how to write the proposal. So also activities. It's free. So feel free to use it. Okay, I think that's all for this session. Okay, so hopefully you can get away with something useful for your teaching. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for this very interesting and rich learning for me, because I belong to English department and we are excluded. We're not supposed to take EMI because we are supposed to know how to teach literature and linguistics in English, but actually I am learning a lot. And now I have a favor to ask of you. Let's take a photo. Please step outside and we will have a little gathering in front of the elevator, okay, while we're waiting for our lunch.